Hey you guys, sorry about that. I have been talking to you for the last 2 minutes and didn't press the go live button. It's classically a Friday, classically the end of a challenge. So good to see you all. The suspense. Thank you, Kendall. Yes, so true. So I've been saying hi to you all in chat, but let me just say hi again. Charles, what's up? Sean, hello. Sam Peterson, the real MVP. Thanks for joining. Thanks for waiting those whole 2 minutes. Maybe I'll go like a minute longer than I usually would to make up for that. Technical issues galore. Hello, Carl from Sweden. Hello, Jack. Just building a little anticipation. And thank you, Adobe Live/Gus, for telling me that I wasn't live. It happens. You know. Okay, everybody, so let's talk about this daily creative challenge. It is the last day, which is sad. I even brought my Photoshop pillow to comfort me during all of this, or a little lower lumbar support, you know. Good morning, Tim. Good morning, Susan. Peter. Hello, hello. You're docking my pay, Peter. Oh no. So it is the last day of this 2-week challenge. Let me jump over to my screen so we can chat about that good daily creative challenge. We have learned a lot over the last 2 weeks. We've talked about some beginner workflows, some super simple stuff. We've talked about some fun stuff. And today we're going to end things with a really simple, super quick workflow that has a really visually stunning result. You want one of those pillows, says Jennifer? They're pretty cool, pretty comfy. Perfect for a dog. They're like mini-sized. They cut you off. Okay, so if you are just joining for the first time, not to worry, this challenge is going to end after this stream, but Paul Traney is going to be on right after me to do a Photoshop masterclass, and he's going to be the host of the next Daily Creative Challenge starting on Monday. So he will be your host at 9 a.m. on Monday, and then I will be back in June. Cool, so if you want to check out the challenge for today, just scroll to the bottom of be.net/challenge/Photoshop and get these starter files. I'm going to be using this image on the left, but you could use your own image. And we are going to make a 3D glasses effect. Like I said, it's super quick and easy in Photoshop. And that'll give us some time to edit our Behance projects at the end of this stream and get them shipshape before we get going. Carol says, I started with 3D in Photoshop, love it. Now I use Dimension, love the combo. That's great. Awesome. Love to learn more about 3D. Yes, definitely. And this is a 3D glasses effect. So we're not actually going to be building any like 3D models. We're just going to be making a cool like blue and red and black and white effect. Paul and Claudia going to be fun. Yes, next week it's going to be awesome. What up, Startup Santa Tana? Good to see you. All right, so let's jump into Photoshop. Actually, before that, we're going to jump over to Discord so you can all check out some of the awesome projects that people have been posting. This is where you can post your work to get feedback. This is the digital collage/ripped paper effect from yesterday. Ooh, I love this. Very cute. A custom gradient. A cheeky little tongue. Very nice. If you want to join us over on Discord, it's really easy. It is free. bit.ly/psdiscord will get you there. And it is open 24/7. So you can come there, hang out. Even when the challenge is over, I'll be there. It's going to be a good time. Alrighty. Let's jump into Photoshop. For real. So I've just added this image to the normal starter file, and like I've said many times before, the starter file is nothing special. It's just a square Photoshop document with some text to play at home that I've been using as kind of my template every day because our photo grid has the same dimensions and the same words on it in our Behance project. Capital P, capital S. Yes, Alex. bit.ly/psdiscord. Capital P, capital S. And the way I got this image into Photoshop, you can do it a couple different ways. You could just grab it from your files and drag it onto your document, or you can go File, Place Embedded, and find it from there. Alrighty, so you could make a 3D effect a couple different ways. Usually you would start with a black and white image. So I'm gonna put a black and white filter on this image. It's important though that you do not change the image mode to grayscale. So what I mean is if I come up here to image and go to mode, you can see it's RGB, so there is color information in here. There's RGB information in here. If I go to grayscale, it'll wipe away all of that color info and it'll just be black, white, and gray. We want that color info though so that we can get that red and that blue kind of warpy effect. Carol says, hello, my name is Carol and I'm a proud Photoshopaholic. Hi, Carol. We support you here. We might be enabling you here. I'm gonna turn off these graphics for now. So the quick way to make an image black and white while keeping that color info is just going down here to an adjustment layer and choosing black and white. From here, we could change our settings a little bit. Maybe I'll bump up the reds a little bit to make that highlight a little bit brighter. But you don't have to change this. It just depends on the image that you're using and what output you want. Jennifer says, so glad this isn't a conference type meeting so that we can't hear you, Jennifer, because you're sneezing. Bless you indeed. Alrighty, and I'm just gonna make these both a smart object. Where is it? Convert to smart object. There we go. And let's duplicate this layer. You can duplicate a layer a couple different ways. Command or Control J is one easy way. I'll do that. Or you can just drag the layer down to the new layer icon. And there you go. So with this top layer, we now have two black and white layers on top of each other, but with this top one, we're gonna play with some channels. So I think this is probably the easiest way to do this effect. There's a couple different ways, but I think this is just with a couple clicks, we will have that cool 3D glasses effect. Come down here to the effects or layer styles. We played with this yesterday, remember, when we were adding drop shadows. So you don't have to choose any of these options, just at the top, click blending options. Oh, you have hay fever, Tanya? Oh no, it is springtime. As my nose begins to itch, oh no. And then, without choosing any of these drop shadows or outer glows or anything, just stay in blending options. We're just gonna turn off the green and the blue channels for this image. We could talk more about channels and what they mean. This comes into play when you're really getting nitty-gritty in photo editing or processing imagery. My nose is really itchy. So I'm just gonna turn off green and blue by making sure that they are not checked. I'm gonna click OK, and nothing changes, but if I move this layer, 3D glasses effect. Super duper easy. Laura says, I've learned so much these past 2 weeks, thanks so much. I'm glad to hear that, Laura. So like I said, this is a super fast workflow. Super easy, and I have to give props to Kendall who is watching. She made a super beautiful tutorial using this workflow and also using some warping effects and liquefying. So I have that pulled up right here. If you want to, where is it? There we go. If you want to learn more or you want to read the tutorial instead of watching it live, we have it here for you on Create. There's Kendall, the plant herself. We have a little video tutorial that's super beautiful, and even some starter files if you want to use this specific image. So I'm gonna pop that into the chat really quick. We're gonna have a little bit of inception. Ooh. I'll join the live stream, why not? Instead of pause, paste, there you go. So thank you, Kendall, for that beautiful tutorial. You can learn more about it there. But as far as I'm concerned, we have our 3D glasses effect. Now I'm going to turn on my optional graphic, and I might play with putting this behind our figure. Since the figure is the part of this image, whoops, that has really that blue and that red showing up the most, I don't want this play at home to distract from it. So I'm just gonna mask a little bit. If I choose my optional graphic layer or group, make a layer mask, zoom in a bit. I'm gonna use a soft brush, going to my brush tool, choosing one of the normal soft brushes. You can even see some like half toning going on. It's pretty nice. Just gonna mask this away to the best of my ability. Since it's pretty small in the canvas, I'm not super worried about it being super realistic. So I'm gonna mask it away from the blue, but it can overlap the red. I like that little bit of detail. And then we'll get rid of this. Whoops. Get rid of this as well. There we go. So it might look kind of weird if this was a standalone image, but since it's in a grid of 9 other images that have the exact same layout, I think it'll work well. The noise and the lines of the street look super interesting. Yeah, right? Nicole says, I just realized how much lag I have on the stream from that transition. Oh no. Yeah, my mishap in the beginning probably didn't help anything. Paco, I'm sorry. All right, let's get this exported, and then we have some extra time to work on our Behance project. And even if I have more time, we can look at some of your projects on Discord. Does that sound good? I'm gonna do export, export as. Still got that itchy nose. You cursed me. I forget who it was. Oh, was that Jennifer that was sneezing? We've been doing most of our exports at 800. Add some noise so it looks like it's part of the street. Ooh, that's a good idea. Actually, Kendall has that in her tutorial. Check that out. Gokhan, what's up? Good to see you. All right, day 9. So sad. Day 9. Final. It's the final countdown. What's up, Xavier? Good to see you. Does it change if we look at this with 3D glasses? I don't know. Luckily, I have some right here. I wish. Sadly, I do not. All right, and then if you say you're not so sure about your end product, you can always come to Discord, go to the current challenge channel, share your image. I'll show you how to do that by clicking this plus button. Navigate to day 9 and get in there. Here's my day 9. Simple, but effective. You can even just share your work in here if you don't want feedback and you just want people to see your work. But it is always super helpful to get a good critique so you can make your project even stronger. Kathleen has the same beanie as Parappa da Rappa. I am Parappa da Rappa, don't you know? We share a bond. What font used for Play at Home? I think it is called like Backstreet? Actually, it is called Garage Gothic, and it is an Adobe font. So if you have a CC subscription, you have access to it. All you have to do in your type options is come up here and click More from Adobe Fonts, and then search Garage Gothic. Alrighty. Wrong web browser. Here we go. Let's go to our profiles and update our projects. Jason says Kathleen is gonna rap. That's what I heard. Where'd you hear that? On the street? Nicole says, whoa, I forgot about Parappa da Rappa. You'll never forget him again. Prakriti says, I sneaked some 3D glasses from the movies once, years ago. I mean, you paid extra to see that movie. Just gonna say. We have our beautiful grid going on here. Lots of like almost burgundies, almost like grape colors. Lots of oranges and yellows. I always go for that orange and yellow look. It's kind of where I live. Alrighty, and then we're going to add our final day 9. Now somebody in Discord was asking me to show again, how did I do this 3x3 grid easily in Behance? Because if you upload one image one at a time to a photo grid, it won't look like this. The way that I achieved this, even though I don't have them all done, is I did 3 grids. So this one is 1x3, this one's 1x3, and this one's 1x3, and then just stack them on top of each other so that it looked like it's one giant 3x3 grid. And the way that I had it look like a template from the get-go, where it said like day 1, day 2, day 3, is I just inserted quick little Photoshop exports of white squares that say day 1, day 2, day 3, and just put them in the grid. So you can see day 9 is here. We're gonna edit this. we're going to edit our grid. And then you can see that day 9 is just a white square, like a JPEG that says day 9 in it. So we can remove it and then replace it with our actual day 9 work. There we go. And then we can admire our beautiful work. Nicole says, well, that explains my struggle. Thank you. Of course. This Behance editor, although it might not let you do everything, it pretty much lets you make up workarounds for anything that you want to do. Worst case scenario, you could make your own grid in like Illustrator or Photoshop and then just upload that giant picture. Mahesh says, ooh, fancy, right? I agree. Okay, so there's our 3x3 grid, all 9 challenges. William says, I hardly get feedback, so when you post it on Discord, that might be a case of me not being able to be in Discord a lot for the last 2 weeks because I've been super busy. But after this DCC, I will be in there, and you can always tag me directly if you would like my feedback. Judith says, how do you specify the 1 row and 3 photo grid? I will show you super quick. So let us click the photo grid option. We're going to upload files. And the way that I specified 3 is 1, I could just upload 3 images and it will make a 3 photo grid. Or I can upload 3 filler images, so 3 white squares, and then just replace them as we go. I think I just explained it with words, so I won't show it. Yeah, Sam has been totally beasting the feedback in Discord, and he's really been the only one in there for the last 2 weeks. So everybody give Sam a round of applause, and always just tag us if you want feedback in a quick manner. All right, let's save it. Sam's the best. I bet he's glad it's the weekend. All right, we saved it. Let's go back to our profiles and check it out. 2 weeks of work. There it is. So we had our blending modes, we played with layers. This was, I think, shape layers and gradients. So we did gradient maps and solid gradient backgrounds. We had the frame tool, which I think you guys really enjoyed. I keep seeing really cool submissions for the frame tool. This actually, Kendall has helped us out so much this challenge. This is Kendall's photography from Tokyo, and we edited a night photo using the camera raw filter. We did the pen tool and the curvature tool here. We played with textures and brushes and clipping masks with this peacock. Yesterday was our digital collage using drop shadows and a ripped paper effect. And today we have this super simple 3D glasses effect. Super, so creative, I agree. Clarissa says, I can hardly believe it's been 2 weeks already. So chat, I want to know, what was your favorite challenge? And then did you learn anything that's just like blew your mind? Not saying I taught you something, but did you learn something from the community? When you were just playing around with Photoshop, did you learn something? I would love to know. Jennifer, thank you for thanking Kendall. It's super nice. Yeah, again, if you want to check out Kendall's tutorial, it should be linked in the chat somewhere, or you can go to create.adobe.com and click on photography. It should be there. And like I said, there are starter files there if you want to check that out. So let's go to Discord for a couple minutes and check out some of the work that you've all been doing. We've got one from Joanna already. My first challenge. Nice. For the first challenge, you did a great job. And I love how the 3D effect works on a white background as opposed to a black one. It kind of fades into the fog here at the top. Super nice. There's like a softness to this, but also a really angular nature to this, like here with these hard edges. Great job. Krishna says the challenge as a whole looks amazing. I agree. All right, Amy was learning with the pen tools. Cool, you really got in here. That's awesome. Even added a little rainbow gradient to the street while keeping the trees the realistic color. Nice job, Amy. Etta says, not so creative, but this is the first time I've done a challenge. Thanks for your class. Etta, I think it looks great. I thought these models were super cool, kind of street model look. mixed with this tiger. Very nice. I think one thing you could do, and maybe you already did it, to add that color lookup to unify the colors. And maybe I see that here where this orange and this orange feel super similar and the shadows feel kind of green. So nice job. Chris says learning the clipping mask was great, being able to edit one piece of an image with clipping. Need to practice the frame tool though. Gotcha. Ooh, Charles. That orange and green combo. Very nice. This play at home, the red, is a little difficult to read just because there's that alternating black and white going on right behind it. Black and white is like the most contrast you're pretty much ever going to get with a design. So it's hard for anything to read on top of that. You could play with making this white, maybe with a black stroke around it, so it might be more legible. But I like the color combo. Angie says, I loved all the challenges, I can't choose. Can't blame you. K-Morphus says, I used to take a lot of time to do things that I can almost do with one click. You learned it here? Yes! You're a one-click convert. That's great. Here's a really cute koi fish, editing the colors on here, isolating the colors, putting a little drop shadow below. Cool, that's by Mustafa. Very nice. You guys all did an awesome job. Keep posting your challenges even if you're not done yet. We want to see them. We hope that you have them done by today or this weekend, but if not, just keep working on them. And then, like I said, Paul is going to be back on Monday to do more. So if you enjoyed the challenge, please feel free to stick around for more Adobe Live right after me. Like I said, Paul is going to be up right after me to do the Photoshop Masterclass. If you want to keep up with me, you can always tag me on Discord. You could also follow me on Instagram. That's kind of where I'm most active. Kathleen Illustrated is my name there. And I will see you all when I am hosting Adobe Live on Monday at 2:30 for Sketch Party. But stick around for Paul coming up next, and we will see you soon. Thanks, everyone. Great job with the challenge. Bye.